home. Looks like we're going to need a bumper. Wasn't planning on that, but that's all right. For what I paid for it, don't even care. I dusted a little clear over it, let that sit for a couple minutes, and I came in with a second coat and just fish eyes on the first coat, and most people would flip out and go, oh my God, ugh, this paint job is over. We're done for. Blah blah blah. Colbert Speedo Covered Finish Network. All right, we got the red 2.0 Turbo Genesis back on the channel. We are getting ready to start on the cosmetic stage of this car. I bought this car a little while ago up in New York. Needed an oil pan. Kids sold it super cheap because it didn't feel like replacing an oil pan. It's about 15 10mm bolts. But that's another story. However, upon further inspection on getting it home, looks like we're going to need a bumper. Wasn't planning on that, but that's all right. For what I paid for it, don't even care. I'll tell you guys what I paid for this car, but I stole it. Stole it. 111,000 original miles, ran the Carfax on it. 0 accident history, like 2-owner car. This car was all stock when I got it. Was. But as you guys can see, we've done some little, ding-dong racer boy mods. We got the suspension slammed down. We got the exhaust on it, blah, blah, blah. So, what we're doing today, we're going to do a bumper fender blend. As you guys can see already from factory, the bumper is actually darker than the fender. These bumpers don't match from factory, but for the extra hour of labor, just to give this fender a little scratch with 800 grits, scuff the edges, scratch the edges, blow a little bit of red right in here. We're going to take the extra time, we're going to blend fenders. That's the video. Go ahead and put the camera down. We're going to start painting. Alright, so for those of you guys that got really good eyes, you guys can probably see we use a different shade of red to ground coat the bumper. This is useful. I love using junk paint, old paint that I probably wouldn't use anyways on new jobs. Why? It saves you money. You can go ahead and ground coat something and just burn it up. Hey, burn through it. You weren't going to use it anyway. Spray it how you want it. And get that panel ground coated, and then you can put your factory color over top of that. And we're going to go ahead, we're burning a little bit of paint into the fender. It's very important on that bumper to fender gap. You get very good concentration of color. Double coat it, triple coat it, blast a little air on it, put another coat on it. Get a good concentration on that edge. It's very important. Moving on to the color blender, we're mixing that 1-to-1 with slow reducer and a little bit of base coat left over in the cup. Full concentration at the bottom of the bumper, and we're going to do a light concentration of color as we see to the top of that headlight. That's where I was kind of pointing to. So top of the headlight, lighter concentration. Just kind of go over it lightly, you know, nothing crazy. And we're going to move into the clear coat now, and this is going to wrap up the job. All right, so we're coming down the home run stretch with the clear coat. We had a couple of minor fisheyes on both sides of the fenders, only like one or two on the driver's side, not very noticeable. A couple on the passenger side. Now, the most important thing when it comes to fisheyes and clear coat is simple. Don't stop clearing. Don't stop. Keep spraying on the product. As long as your fisheyes are not in the base coat, you're good to go. Let it dry up and set up and harden up a little bit, you know, 20-minute flash, and then go right back over it with another 2 coats and they'll disappear. And even if they don't fully disappear, they will become much less noticeable than what they were before, to the point where you can do a little bit of flat sanding, a little bit of messing with it, and they should come out pretty good looking. As you guys can see, we left a couple little dingers in it and whatnot. I didn't want to go too crazy with this car and make the front end look brand new and then the rest of the car look all, you know, there's a couple dingers in the rest of the body and scratches and defects, stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to do a little bit of camouflage and, you know, not make the front end actually look perfect. So I left, you know, a dinger in the fender, in the front part of the fender, a dinger in the rear part of the fender, just cleared right over it. And guys, sometimes when it comes to fixing up used cars, this is a technique that many people do. You know, and that's just what I do. Other people do it. Some people don't do it. Some people would, you know, sand down the whole car, reshoot the whole car, whatever, blah. Why I would have done this and I would have done that, and you're doing this wrong. Well, when it's your car, you can do what you want. This is what we decided to do with this particular car. Every car is going to be different with how you repair it, how you approach it, and how you fix it. Simple as that. All right, so that semi wraps it up for the Genesis. Man, am I glad that we blended, because look at that. Now, even with the color blender, it's still a little quacky, but you guys can see it is definitely much darker at the tip of that fender where I concentrated the base coat like I did on the bumper. Put a good concentration of base coat right along that line right there. Well, let me tell you something. It is darker. But as you guys can see from my tape line, we went ahead and we faded it, and we the expert auto body technician, master painter, be able to tell? Absolutely. Okay, I'm a professional. I can tell. I can tell that, you know, when we put this car together, hey, you know, somebody used some cheaper base coat. Nice smooth finish on this. Couple little dirt nibbies, you know, here and there. You know, a couple pieces of trash. But for this car, you know, it's a 10-year-old sports car. Actually, probably a little older than that, probably about 12, 13. Hey, you know, this will work. We also got a couple fisheyes in the clear coat right in the center of this fender. So what I did was I let it dry for about 5-10 minutes. I came in,
I dusted a little clear over it, let that sit for a couple minutes, and I came in with a second coat and just freaking piled it on there. And you can see, okay, we're gonna zoom in a little bit. All right, where's a good one? I'm trying to find it. Yep, right there. So you can see we got the clear in the center of the divot. Okay, we filled it in. We filled it in. So now all I gotta do is just flat sand that lip off of that fisheye. Flat sand the little crater, the little lip off of it. Polish it. Polish the rest of the car. It'll look great. All them fish eyes on the first coat, and most people would flip out and go, oh my God, ugh, this paint job is over. We're done for. Blah blah blah. I don't care. I can get. We were down there doing mobile auto body down there in Sealands Grove, and we had like 100 fish eyes pop up on a tailgate on a minivan because the detailer was spraying some silicone while we were clear coating. He wasn't aware, you know. And then the second coat of clear, fish eyes, like literally hundreds of them. So the goal, the thing with fish eyes with clear coat is you don't stop clearing. That's what the biggest mistake people make. When you have fish eyes and blah, 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 as long as it's not in the base coat, you're good. As long as it's in the clear, the clear coat, just keep clearing. Just keep clearing. Eventually, that clear coat is going to turn into one gooey globber, and it's all going to fill in, flow out, flatten out. You're going to be golden. And if I would have done a third coat on this fender, you wouldn't have even been able to see these fish eyes. Maybe a tiny bit after a third coat, then I could have done a fourth coat. Then I could have done a fifth coat. Of course, expanding my flash times and all that stuff. You would have not even been able to see those. Now, let's talk about the SMR 135 clear coat. We use the fast activator. We use no reducer. Straight out, it's just straight mix, 3-to-1 mix. If you guys haven't bought this yet, you need to go buy it. So I use this clear coat for two things. I use this clear coat for really small panel jobs, bumpers, fenders, mirrors in the summertime. Because you can just gooey globber, pound it on. I literally double coated the top of this fender. You guys saw that in the video because I still saw some visible fish eyes in the top of this fender after the second coat. So I was like, you know what, screw it, all or nothing. We just freaking pounded it on there, bro. And I mean, it freaking, look at that. $98 clear coat. It's great for panel work. It's great for full body paint jobs during the wintertime. If you guys are like me, you northern boys, you guys up here that still spray in the wintertime because you ain't no wussy. You know, full body paint jobs, wintertime, it is also phenomenal for that. Clear, you're going to get under $100, 98 bucks. Unfortunately, because it's $98 on the Speedoco website, you got to spend an additional $2 to get free shipping. But 98 bucks, man, 3-to-1 mix is a 3-to-1 clear. It's got a good solids content. It's not watered down like the 4-to-1 clears. And the dry time is ridiculously fast. I mean, it's almost as fast as our super fast high gloss clear. Almost as fast as a super fast high gloss clear, but it's thicker, higher solids. Well, that's going to wrap it up on this here Hyundai. We're going to go ahead and get this thing put back together. I got to swap out the wheels and tires, get a little graphics and stuff, all that other stuff going on. We're going to go ahead and clean it up, get it back together, and hit the highway with it. That's what we always do. If you guys are looking for the best, most affordable auto body and detail products in the world, there's one place you guys need to go, www.speedocoat.com. They have everything you guys need start to finish to get your projects done. And while you're there, go ahead and click my name, select me as your rep, Marco. All the proceeds are going to go straight back into the YouTube page so I can continue making awesome videos like this for you guys at home that want to learn how to paint your car. So that's going to be it. We're going to get this thing together, show you guys the final result later.